Dude, how about you? I don't know if you might have saw. How about your boy? Did I send it to you? B the article on Nick Cannon. Did you see the Nick Cannon stuff?
I did. I didn't read the article. What did Nick say? He seems like such a nice guy.
I'm a huge Nick Cannon fan, man. I think he's brilliant. He's a smart dude, and you look at what he's done. With his producer brain. The guy's worth a lot of money, a ton of money. Most stuff that he does, he owns. So, for instance, that show Wildin' Out that's been on MTV for 15 years, he created and he owns.
Wow.
And it's a multi-million dollar business for him. And then he brings that he does a live tour of that all around the nation. So that's a big moneymaker for him. So he did it. What's interesting is he did this podcast, but he did it. I think he did it like a year ago. He did, because he's so busy. He hosts the morning radio out here. He's the voice of 105.9, Nick Cannon in the mornings. Then he hosts the Masked Singer. Then he's Wildin' Out. Then he has his own syndicated talk show supposed to come out too on CBS. And so he did this podcast. It was a while ago. I know a long time ago, that months, if not a year ago. And he came out. These are his words. He was saying that blacks are the real Hebrews and blacks are the real Jews, and that white people are less, and that white people are closer to animals because of the pigment in their skin. So we're more prone to be savages, and all white people are evil. That's his in a nutshell what he was saying.
Very bizarre for a guy that smart to say something like that.
He's always made comments, about white people and stuff like that, and it's whatever. The problem is I know Viacom wanted to apologize, and he didn't want to apologize, and then now he doubled down on it, and he didn't issue an apology today. He basically was like, well, if I tried meeting with him behind closed door and to address me and fill me in where I went wrong, and he goes, and I didn't get a response from the CEO of Viacom. And so he goes, give me I think he said $100 million value of Wildin' Out. I want all the rights. I own that show. So give me that fucking show. So
$100 million, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, I don't think he has $100 million, but he's saying that Wildin' Out's worth that much. The one thing you don't want to do is, especially not even now, anytime, is be anti-Semitic, especially what he was saying. It's like, dude, what benefit did you gain from doing that, man? I don't think he should be canceled. I don't think he should have lost his job. I think people can learn, especially when you're talking about a guy, Nick Cannon. When you look at his full body of work, he's been doing it. He's been part of CBS, Showtime, CBS, Viacom for 20 years.
Do you think he will be canceled?
Well, Viacom fired him. He's not. So he no longer. He can't do Wildin' Out. He's not gonna do the Masked Singer.
Yeah. They wanted an apology, and he doubled down.
Well, I'm not sure if that's why they fired him. I think they just fired him over the anti-Semitic remarks.
What were the anti-Semitic remarks?
That blacks are the real Jews. That they're the real Hebrews. That it got dicey, man.
That's funny because I think Moses' second wife, Rebecca, or whatever. No, maybe that's not her name. She was from Ethiopia. So there is the tie between Black Africa and the Jews from Israel. There's always been this sort of meshing of the original, Moses being, a Jew, and there's always been this kind of like connection.
Yeah, you got to leave. I'm sure Kat haven't heard of it. You got the real comments when I read. I'm like, fuck, Nick.
Damn, Nick.
And I like him. Again, I'm not with this cancel culture, man. I don't think people should lose their livelihood, lose their entire careers, based off one comment. I think, you look at Nick's body of work. That's not something you just forget about. 20 years of work.
But there's a lot of it going on. There is a lot of this cancel culture, and they're canceling fucking, it's over really ridiculous things where people are losing their jobs. And that's your livelihood, man. And that is much worse than people can imagine. You spend 30 years building a career, 20 years building a career, and you say some things that people don't agree with. I don't know what Nick Cannon says. I'm not even using him as an example. But
don't use him. He said some bad.
There's people that have been fired for much less.
Oh, for sure, much less. But don't you notice that this cancel culture and these low-level comics or whoever they are that go after other people, don't you ever notice that it's never somebody who's doing well in their career that wants to cancel somebody else?
No.
There's a common theme. It's usually a group of people that aren't happy with their lives who are going after this person who has success up here.
Well, that's always the case. So you're doing it behind the keyboard.
Yes.
There are a lot of people who just enjoy destruction.
I'll tell you this right now.
Yeah.
Watch your tone.
Okay. What's going to happen? What are you going to do? Use some of that boxing you've been doing?
Don't you fucking disrespect.